Hey guys, welcome back. Right, okay, so here we go. Gamescom 2014. Sony press conference just ended, so got to do a video, got to talk about everything that was shown. Lots of really great games shown today. It is Sony after all. I'm not biased, not a fanboy, as you know. Love all systems, love all games. But Sony are consistently brilliant, no matter what press conference, whether it's E3, Gamescom, whatever, they always bring the good stuff. So I know I was expecting some good stuff, didn't really know what to expect. Hadn't read up on anything that Sony were predicted to be showing, so all fresh to me, and I was quite impressed actually. First of all, they showed the first ever gameplay of Bloodborne. Looks amazing, really nice graphics, nice combat. It looks like a hell of a lot of fun, so very excited about that. Can't wait to see more of that. The original trailer really intrigued me. Now I've seen some gameplay, definitely sold. Looks great. I think, if I'm right, it's the same people doing that made Brain's Gone Blank. That really tough game that's supposed to be absolutely rock solid. Oh jeez, I can't remember the name of it. It's right there at the back of my head and it just won't come. Anyway, that balls hard game. I think you'll all know what it is, but anyway, Bloodborne looks great. Gameplay, really impressed. Can't wait to play that. Definitely going to check that one out. Then they, really cool announcement, they have an install base in-home, not in-store, actually sold 10 million PlayStation 4s in 9 months, which is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, that is a really impressive number to think they've sold that many units that quickly. So, yeah, Darksiders, is that the game? I think that's what it's called. Is that the right one? I think it is. Not sure. Anyway, yeah, 10 million PS4s sold. That is fantastic. You know, obviously the whole Xbox situation helped them a lot, and you know, PlayStation took a massive advantage of that at E3 when they announced this consoles and the prices and everything. So yeah, absolutely brilliant stuff. So great news for PlayStation. Then Q Games' Dylan Cuthbert come on stage and announced a new game called The Tomorrow People, which they showed a CG trailer for. Didn't really explain anything about what the game was about, but really got me intrigued. I thought it looked really cool. I'll definitely check that one out, guys, because it could be quite interesting. Seems to have a very Soviet feel to it with the soundtrack and everything, so I'm always up for a bit of Soviet action, so it's all good by me. I think that looks pretty sweet. Interesting art style. I want to see some gameplay though. I want to know what type of game it's going to be, because I was quite impressed with that. Next one, really cool game called The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. Now that looked to be like a classic point and clicky style game. They did allude at the beginning to bring in games that are a bit out there to PlayStation, such as Heavy Rain, that are a bit different from the norm, which really was something that really made me sit up and go, hell yeah, because I'm a massive Heavy Rain fan. I love that game to bits. And The Vanishing of Ethan Carter looks really interesting. It's like some kind of mystery game with point and click elements, and it looks beautiful, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on that. I want to see some proper gameplay, see what it's all about. Can't wait. Gotta watch that develop. So yeah, The Vanishing of Ethan Carter is definitely one to keep your eyes on. And I've just put underneath, looks awesome, which it does. Then they talked about a game called Volume, which is a stealth Robin Hood game. If you know me, you know and you watch my Twitter feed, you know I do not like stealth at all. So it's definitely not one for me. If it's for you, it's an indie game and it's coming to PS4 and Vita. So there you go. Then there's a game called Hollow Point, which it looked like a run and gun isometric game, and it seemed to have the same kind of art style as the reboot of Strider that came out digitally recently. I assume this is going to be a digital game as well. I don't know. It looks a big one. It looked pretty good. Lots of action, lots of shit getting blown up. So yeah, pretty cool. Then they announced Rune Master, but Rune Master, they said nothing more about it. They said to talk about it in the future. So it's just an announcement. Then they said that DayZ is coming to console. Don't give a shit, but if you do, great. Doesn't interest me the slightest. Then, the really cool one, Ninja Theory's new game, Hellblade. I'm really excited because I think Ninja Theory are fantastic. I'm not a massive fan of Enslaved. It got on my tits big time, but, you know, the first part of the game is great. It just irritated me. The camera got really irritating. I recently brought it back to try and complete the game, but the camera just annoys me far too much. However, they did make Heavenly Sword, and I absolutely adore that game, so I'm well up for this one. I've never played their Devil May Cry game because I've never been a fan of that series, but their game is completely different to the original DMC, so I'm quite interested to see what it's like, because I've heard really good things about that game. And Ninja Theory have a very distinctive art style as well. As soon as I saw the trailer for Hellblade, I saw the character's face and I thought, that's a Ninja Theory game. You know, and that's a good thing, man. I think that's really good that you can identify them like that. They're a great company anyway, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what that's about. It was just a short teaser, no gameplay, but it looked beautiful. And then we had a game called Rime, which I've no idea what it is. It looked like Ni no Kuni, that kind of thing, so automatically I'm not going to like it. But if you love all those kind of RPG games, go for it. Go and check it out. Right, then they had a montage of indie titles which looked pretty sweet. Some nice stuff. You know, as I said before in the Xbox bid, I'm not really into the indie thing, doesn't bother me. But they had some nice looking games. Then they went on to Destiny. I've just put meh next to that because I don't care about Destiny. It doesn't interest me at all. I'm just kind of like sick of that kind of shooter. It's just, yeah. I'm not into the whole online thing either, so it just doesn't interest me in the slightest. Far Cry 4, they talked about environments and the whole world that you're going to be traversing. Now the interesting thing I found with that was that when I watched the videos for that, they're essentially doing a first person version of Uncharted 2, which I was kind of like, do I really want to do the Shangri-La story again? Not really. I can play Uncharted 2 anytime I want. Problem with Far Cry 2, I remember seeing that and thinking that looks amazing, got to play that. Played it, couldn't get on with it, got on my nerves, give up on it. Far Cry 3 came out, looked amazing, that E3 demo was just phenomenal. Played the game and it just irritated me. I don't know what it is about Far Cry, I just can't connect with the game at all. I really want to enjoy them because they look brilliant, but I just can't get into them. And Far Cry 4 looks fantastic, and it looks like something I would enjoy, but I just know as soon as I play it, I ain't going to like it, so I'm going to avoid it. Maybe when it's in the bargain bin I might pick it up, but we'll wait and see. With Far Cry 4, so they've got this really cool thing where if you buy Far Cry 4, you can give 10 of your PSN friends a key to get access for 2 hours to test the game out, which I think is pretty damn sweet actually. That's a really nice idea. Interesting because demos are so lax these days, I don't seem to bother with them. That is a really cool way to get someone involved, especially someone like me who's not convinced they're going to enjoy the game. If a friend has got it and they're raving about it, they can give me a key, I can test it as if I like it, so that's really good. Next one was Shadow of Mordor. Yeah, I can't think what I was going to say then. It doesn't interest me at all. The whole Lord of the Rings and Hobbit and all that, I don't care for it, but if it's your thing, check it out. There's a new trailer. Then Kojima came out and then it all went a bit wrong because they did like a comical video of Metal Gear 5, The Phantom Pain, introducing the cardboard box again from the old Metal Gear and showing the ways to use it. And it started off pretty funny. It was good. And it had this really cool thing where he's got the box on his head and then the soldier's over there and he stands up, the box comes down and on the front of the box is a painting of a soldier. So the other guy thinks it's a real soldier, which I thought was really funny and that was really cool. And you can do things like you can hide in the box. If an enemy's coming too close to you, you can dive out the front of the box, leaving the box there as a distraction, then come around the back and take him out. That was really cool. The problem is, the typical Japanese pervy thing came into it again. And I know it's supposed to be funny and everything, that's fine. But it just feels to me like the Japanese are so far behind the rest of the world. They had a section where on the front of the box, instead of a soldier, they put a woman in a bikini. And it just, I'm not a hipster, I'm not one of these twats that, you know, goes on for equal rights and everyone's got to love everyone, because I know it's not realistic to think that, even though it would be lovely. But I think in this modern day, it's 2014, if you're a female gamer, that's got to really piss you off and offend you, I think, because it's just ridiculous. It's so childish and pathetic. And it's like, there's just no need for it at all. It doesn't need to be there. And it just shows the Japanese are so far behind the rest of us. And it feels like they're out of touch with modern gaming, I find. And it's a real shame because the Japanese make great games, but the sexism is just getting a bit unnecessary now. They need to just leave it alone and stop it. You know, you're supposed to be encouraging females to get into gaming and enjoy gaming. Don't be doing stupid shit like that. It's just pathetic. I'm not having a rant, I just find it annoying, and I find it quite childish and pathetic and unnecessary. And I'll probably get negative comments for it, but do I give a shit? No. Anyway, next up though, they showed a game called PT, which seems to be some kind of a horror game. And the interesting thing is, available on PlayStation right now, you can download the teaser for it, but it's an interactive teaser, which is really interesting. And they showed a clip of people reacting to it and being scared to shit. So I'm going to try that because that looked really interesting. It didn't really show a lot in the video, so I'm going to download it, try it myself, see how I get on. But yeah, PT. So go and try that one. Next up, they talked about the new firmware 2.0 that's coming out, which is going to have the option you can upload your shared videos to YouTube. Brilliant. There's a thing called Share Play for PlayStation Plus members, where you, from what I can understand, if you've got a friend who hasn't got the game, you can let them play it and you can play with them and all this kind of stuff. That was kind of interesting. And as it says, they didn't need to own the game or download it either, which is quite cool. So I'm assuming it's streamed, which is nice. What we got next? They talked about Morpheus. Unfortunately, they didn't say a lot. They just said it was going to be on the floor and available. Unfortunately, I was watching the feed on IGN because the PlayStation feed wouldn't work at all on their website. It just wouldn't start. And the IGN feed kept playing up. It was buffering like crazy. And around the time of the Morpheus part, the whole bloody feed went down and kept coming back, going away, coming back, going away. So I was getting a bit annoyed by that. But hey. And then there's I'm talking about PlayStation Now. It's coming to Europe in 2015, and the first beta will begin here in the UK. Nice to know we get something. PlayStation TV is launching on November the 14th at €99. As always, don't give you the pounds, only give you the euros. Thanks, PlayStation. Right. Okay. Then they talked about a game called Until Dawn, which apparently has been completely rebuilt for PlayStation 4. It's an exclusive horror game. It looks brilliant. I really like the look of the trailer for that game. I'm excited to see more of this. It looked really, really cool. Proper survival horror. It looked like a lot of fun. And that comes out next year, 2015, so definitely going to keep my eye on that one. Then I went to Driveclub, as they always do, and they were talking about the social aspects and all the bullshit that I don't care about. I couldn't give a toss about social aspects on gaming. I think it's all overplayed and overdone and unnecessary. I don't give a shit what my friends are doing on the game. It makes no difference to me at all. Yeah, but that's just the way I am. I know a lot of people probably love the social aspect. It doesn't interest me in the slightest. However, Driveclub looks absolutely fantastic. The more I see of it, the more beautiful it looks. Really nice looking game. I'm excited to see it because they said they were trying to make it so that anyone can get into it. And there's no barriers to entry with driver games, which is good because I can't play Forza. I just can't control the cars. I'm absolutely useless at it. So I'm hoping Driveclub is going to be a game I can play because it looks beautiful and it really interests me. It's really nice as well. They did a little thing halfway through the demo. They paused it and moved the camera around the cars. And they did an old school thing, which I ain't seen in press conferences in that for a long time, where they were showing off their tech engine and showing like the raindrops and things and talking about the technical side, which I thought was really cool. And it's nice to see that. Nice to see some passion from the developer. But yeah, Driveclub looks awesome anyway. It's coming out October the 8th this year. Excellent stuff. Then the guys who made Tearaway for the Vita came out, and Tearaway is now coming to PS4. It's been rebuilt from the ground up. Special PS4 version. Some absolutely fantastic innovations using the DS4. Really cool. I never played Tearaway because I don't own a Vita, and I'm really excited by that because it looks great. I've heard so much good stuff about the game, and looking at what they showed today, it looks really cool. Really cool way of using the controller. The graphics and the art style are beautiful. I'm definitely going to be checking that one out when it comes out. Now, Poxy Dog started. I knew he would. Can't get through a video, can I? I think the Xbox video is the only video in the last month where it hasn't got that dog barking. Little shit. Right. Anyway, beside the point. Yeah, so that's coming out in 2015. Brilliant game. Definitely going to get that. And then there's a new game called Alienation, which is an indie game by the look of it, from the people that made Resogun. And look, to me, the first thing I thought when I saw it was another isometric type shooter. And it reminded me of a game called Millennium Soldier Expendable, which was on the PlayStation 1 and the Dreamcast. And I love that game. I thought it was awesome. It's a shame this is digital, because I won't be buying it. If it's on a disc, I'd give it a go, because it looks great, but I ain't touching no digital crap. Anyway, and the last thing they announced was a game called Wild. I have no idea what the hell was going on with that one. Really interesting art style, looked like a cool trailer. Open world game, interesting characters, like a big dude, a woman, and like was it a dog or a wolf? I can't remember, some creature. Yeah, I'm not sure. It looked like it could possibly be RPG, which would put me right off. But I'll wait and see when they get some gameplay, because it looked pretty cool, pretty interesting. So yeah, that was all they announced today. All they announced, yeah, loads. So yeah, I was quite impressed actually. Sony, as I said before at the beginning of this video, they always bring it. They know what they're doing. I love Sony because they're willing to take risks and they'll just try anything. You know, just throw it at the wall, see if it sticks, and if it does, great. If it doesn't, well, they tried. And I love that about Sony. I think they're a fantastic company, and I really like PlayStation. Love what they do with the system and the ecosystem. Yeah, it's awesome. And it's just a really, really great time to be a gamer, whether you're playing on the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One. Today has proven that coming up, there are going to be some fantastic titles on both consoles, exclusive titles that are just well worth owning the consoles for, and I'm really impressed. I have seen on Twitter this afternoon a few journalists having a moan about Tomb Raider being an exclusive to Xbox. Well, to be honest, stop moaning, it's pointless. I do not understand when they say that, what was it I read earlier? Something about exclusives basically being an outdated thing and all the usual kind of thing that they do, and saying it's wrong. Well, I'm sorry, but it's not. Exclusives have always been there since day one. That's how consoles operate. It's a business practice. At the end of the day, if we didn't have exclusive, we'd have one console and that would be it. There'd be no competition, and it'd be a very boring industry. So I don't see a problem with exclusives at all, and I think it's pretty damn awesome that Microsoft have managed to snap up Tomb Raider, Rise of Tomb Raider, as an exclusive for Xbox One. And I fully support them for doing that. I think it's great. They need to do that a lot and get a lot of good exclusives. Same as Sony do. Sony always, kick ass with the exclusives. They annihilated Microsoft with exclusives last generation. Some people disagree with me on that. I don't mind, that's fine. But me personally, all the best exclusives last generation were on PlayStation. Xbox had a handful of fantastic exclusives. Exclusives make the world go around, and stop moaning about it because they're important. I think journalists maybe, because of the working in the industry 24/7, they are jaded and they just want the biggest, greatest thing, and they want to be wowed. And a lot of the time they're not wowed, and therefore they just bitch about pointless shit. So there you go. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to hearing your comments on both Xbox and PlayStation videos. I really want to hear what you thought of what was announced today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, just click on subscribe. That'll keep you up to date with all my new videos. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all again soon.